players are ready. Myself and Jeremy Jones will be talking you through the action. Kaci against Ruiz. Difficult to split, but this should be a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both have just played one match so far, that I recall. Both with the loss. Oh, FSR got the win. I'm sorry, excuse me. I know Eklund, he lost to his younger brother at Hill, I believe.
I know what you were thinking. Ruiz was a little bit sketchy out there, but he got away with one, didn't he, and managed to get the victory. Kaci, though, played okay against his younger brother. We did say at the time, I'm sure both players will be glad to get that one out of the way. I really loved the way Kaci breaks the balls.
Yeah, it's like a break you feel like it's just going to work everywhere, no matter how the tables are breaking or the situation. Looks like he can push through on the corner, even though it's touchy with the right middle near.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? I know they've been playing a little bit this afternoon and they're practicing, but when you go into game mode, it's just one of them shots where you've just got to back yourself and just stay still and just try and knock it in. There you see Moritz Neuhausen. Pretty much everybody's a debut this year. Only 3 players who played last year have made the grade this year. They played it in the side, JJ. Is that what you meant? I wasn't really looking properly.
No, I knew both pockets were available. I just thought he'd take the corner for a little more guaranteed position, but with the red 3 kind of up there on the top end by itself, hard to figure something terrible to happen. Now one, it looks like he's maybe just got to roll forward. Level out, use your talent. Okay, now he's perfect to get short side. Just got to be aware, don't get into the ball too much. That way the slick table doesn't carry you into the 9.
Yeah, just double checking, but it looks to have a nice natural angle just to go above the 9 into the gap. Maybe he knew something we didn't.
Yeah, I think that comes down to technique a little bit. Used to talk about Kaci a little more. He's a little more of a strike at impact kind of guy, which is, I think, a great thing a lot of times, but plays against you on certain conditions, certain shots.
It's amazing, isn't it, Jeremy? You know, if you play on a club table that's cloth's been on a while, how different you hit the ball there to come over. It's just so much easier, isn't it, on a club table?
Yeah, you can really manipulate. He's going to take this on now, I believe. I like that. Going to get a little out of line with the cue ball, though.
Yeah, he kind of hugged that second rail, didn't it? Didn't really spring off. He watched the cue ball.
Yeah, well, there's difficulties in different ways, right? I mean, here, of course, we have very snug pockets, but with the new felt, you can slide them in a bit. So certain shots, of course, they play very small from the center of the table, but most of the time it's all about the cue ball, slick table. This is touchy. He's got to get thin on the 7 as well, doesn't he? Unless he's coming all the way around.
Chasing the finish here. Cue ball has not been on a string, and then for some reason you never seem to get back in line, do you?
Yeah, it's almost like luck sometimes to get back in line. Taking on another super thin one here, or is he slow rolling the bank?
Why not? Why not go for the bank?
Oh, it's a scrappy out, I'll tell you, and don't lose focus here on. There's one of the more simple shots of the rack. I talked to Eklund last night, and I really liked what I heard as far as he's going to go to America and play some extra events that he normally wouldn't play, and I think that's a great thing. Stay playing, right? so much money at stake here the next few months and on into the summer.
Yeah, talking of great, as I was saying, Jeremy, only 3 players from last year's PLP are here this week. That just shows you the strength in depth, and obviously fair play to Matchroom. They've, made the event a little bit different, throwing some of the young guns in, some of the lower ranked players. I know some of the high ranked players are not best pleased, but the PLP is all about getting, the sport out there into the masses, letting people understand what 9-ball is about. That's why we're here for 8 days playing 2 sessions, and it's non-stop 9-ball, but just 3 players.
Yeah, I guess that would be Jason, FSR, and Shane.
Correct. Yeah, FSR, after the 15 matches played last year, finished 9th in the league table, so he only just made the cut. He won 8 and lost 7.
It's amazing, too, that display he put on the year before actually fell behind early with Sanjin doing so much work and leading the pack, but it was almost that time where we just kind of knew the FSR was going to turn it on just because what he had done so well all over the world.
Yeah, and I remember the final. Ruiz against Shaw, and as you're saying, JJ, the timing, FSR was, world champion. He'd gone on that mad one and he seemed to win all the big events. And I remember he beat Shaw in the final. And a couple of little things went his way, and I had to interview Jason, and he didn't say too much, let's put it that way. And it was this very shot where he seemed to figure out the quickest. Would you agree with that, Jeremy?
No, absolutely. And not only figure it out, but be able to repeat it in the biggest moments. And just like kind of put it to like a Jordan Spieth in the golf there for a few years. Never made a bogey, it seemed like. And when you're never making those big mistakes and never letting any games go and then running many racks, that adds up to a lot of wins.
Okay, he's going to look at the blue too. Not sure about the red 3. Obviously you've been around the sport a healthy amount of time. Obviously between the players, we're always trying to figure out the break, aren't we? We should do this on the break. We should move this ball up here. We should rack them in a square. We've tried it all. We've heard it all. Now we're about a couple of seasons on from this break change. Where do you think we sit with it? Do you think it's fine as long as the pockets are snug like this? Well,
I think, any break, the pockets have to be snug with these players. That's just a better pool. Plus, it's just what it's meant to be, I think, with the tighter pockets. But I think you could use a hair of tweaking, maybe. I think the players just, compliment to them how good they are. And the one thing about the cut break, though, you do see a variety of different types of approaches, So I think that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a couple of the matches we did today, nobody could seem to get a look at the lowest ball, could they?
Yeah, and I think it's just going to have spurts like that. So it's all about being the complete player to be able to maneuver on those types of runs where the break's acting a little tough. I still like kind of switching back and forth from one side to the next.
That's the tennis player in you, Jeremy. It's coming back out.
Yeah, just, again, they're so good.
Yeah, I know if I'm sure you're a little bit like myself. I know obviously you told us, years ago the pockets did play tight. So when I come into the era of 9-ball, the pockets were massive. But I think of all the rules and everything you can do, cloths, chalks, cues, I'd just make sure them pockets are, the right size. They're never going to be like a snooker table, of course. People who don't really know what they're talking about often think that, but the minute you start playing like 9-ball on a Chinese 8-ball table, you're not playing 9-ball, are you?
No, it's not meant to be there. I mean, it's just, you can't just, it just can't be automatic the ball's down. That's just the main thing, I think, and we all want to see both players play. Hey, that one was close.
Oh, I think we could do the replay there. Well,
Pretty sure it was good, though.
Okay, yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
because the 3 went down towards the bottom cushion. The 3 would have come more across.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, listen, Ruiz, not just a fantastic sport and player. He's probably the nicest guy on tour, you know.
I tell you, he doesn't ever seem to sulk. I tell you, and he's never going to give another person something negative.
Anyway, what a beautiful shot Kaci has just played. Had to just flick the 3 ball to make the 9.
A couple young guns and guys that are going to be on top for a long time. Or it's Newhausen. And AJ Manis, Albert Manis, on table 2.
Yeah, a big social media presence as the young Filipino AJ Manis. If you was to go on his Facebook, some of the videos he puts on of himself, even, you know, walking down the street, they get like 1 million views. But things are not looking too good on table 2 for Manis. He's 2 down to Neuhausen. There's the powerful break, 9 balls tracking. Sanjin's sat right in front of us practicing, and he just said his break is sick.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, it's just fun to watch. I mean, I know we see it often, but just to be able to cut the balls and really never let the cue ball get in the air. I'm not sure exactly how that happens all the time, and get so much energy into the rack.
How do you like these? These are okay. It's really about one shot, isn't it? It's that pink 4 coming back down for the 5. If you get that right, should be over.
Yeah, and he was dressed up on the 2 to get on the good side of the red 3. Like to get out by the 9, I believe. Just kind of stun out one rail. Maybe even a little past the 9's okay. It looks like he has to cheat it. Maybe kind of draw the ball in that position versus using the cushion.
Settle down, cue ball. He's lost it. Safety shot's pretty easy. I'm wondering if he'll play an attacking shot instead with a bit of safety in mind.
We can go 1 cushion towards the purple. We can go 2 cushions towards the purple, whichever one he wants, really. Hard to mess it up, you would say.
Yeah, that was the shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wanted to use the 9 a little bit just to cut off the jump, but Fran, he kicks at the ball so well, he's going to play whatever the highest percentage is. I think what you're seeing here is that left side pocket's kind of right in the way of the 2-rail kick that he would like. So where's he going with this jump? Hard to get shape, I know, if he's trying to make the bank. Just maybe hit the left side and let the cue ball run. Wow. How good are they with the jump cue?
Yeah, the control with the cue ball, just to get the cue ball reacting slow after contact. Wonderful.
I'd love to get one back after losing game 2. Get one back on Kaci's serve here, or his break rather. I like the slow swerve here. I don't think you have to sell out if you miss it either. I think you could land on top of the balls a little bit. Kind of like the slow kick also, as long as you don't think the ball's going to bend too much on the slick table.
Yeah, watch the cue ball arc. It's easy to go around the back of it. Oh, good effort. Needs it to slow down. Sit on the top rail.
I don't know. This is a hair odd. I'd like to say he's going to spin around this ball, which is very good at this. I think he gets between the 8 and 9, maybe. Maybe past the 9. Yeah, he did. Good stuff.
A little light. Well, it's going to get there. Yeah, again, a little funny. The cue ball just running on a little bit further than ideal.
It looks like he's not drawn on top of the 8, though. So the option is to go forward. I like just drawing the short side myself. And just kind of pinch it past that side pocket.
Well, good run out. It was the safety of the jump shot that helped. And then you see AJ Manis in the background. He's trailing 4 racks to 0, but he's at the table. Beauty of the short race is it doesn't take long. You need to change things up, but just out of vision there, we can see on our other TV, Manis did miss the 4 ball.
And it's almost like what I've seen on the practice table with him, just the odd ball. I think maybe some of the deflection of the slick tables getting him at times.
Here we have it. That's where the 4 ball has finished.
Extension.
That'd be a sweet ball to cut in, and at 4-0, it sure is tempting.
And them young guys that he's got as well. He's done a decent job there.
Always was a hard shot for me to pull the trigger on there. Always wanted to look for something else.
Trying to go in behind it. Needs a bit of love. The purple 5.
That fan knew it right away. Dry break here in rack number 4 for Sanchez Ruiz. Tough push out situation though.
Neuhauser made the jump. Cue ball's landed a little short. He'll have a go at it though. Yeah, good shot there from Moritz. One more good shot, get on the brown 7.
Did he push out and leave him straight in? Kaci trying to push behind the 3 for the jump?
Yeah, it sort of gives us that impression, and his reaction as well, so he may have just won the strangest push out of the week award.
But it wasn't the decision, it was the execution that made it strange.
Oh. Moritz Neuhausen just missed the 7 down the long rail for the match.
Yeah, I think Fran's in a perfect spot to come down for position as well. Oh, he's missed the 1. Wow.
Okay, something in the air here at the minute. This evening session.
Yeah, he's just got to kill this. There's been some odd misses. I think none more than the last match with Duong. I think ball in hand he missed on the 1. Missed a pretty easy 6 ball as well right before it. Then a couple other got away. He didn't want to try and run out anyway, so he'll bang the 2 away and using the 6. Bring the 2 up table.
Well, he went for it, JJ, didn't he?
I guess he thought it was kind of free. He thought maybe the English would bring him a little more towards the middle of the table. Big shot there, took away that problem on the 4-9. 4's exited the table as well, but could possibly cut it in if he could really reach it. It would be a safety. Now this one I do kind of like edging the 3 a little bit and coming up the right side using the 7 and the 5. Could bank it away also.
Well, if he can see this edge, he's going to chip off it, try and get the cue ball back up where it is.
I never mind a little swerve to hit this thick also and bank it away and try and kill the cue ball behind the 8.
Just got to watch this bottom right corner pocket. If you don't hit this one right, cue ball could go over there.
And just doesn't get enough credit on that end. Of course, the players give him tons of credit and understand how good he is kicking at the ball and tactically and whatnot. But I think just because of his offensive prowess and his big break, a lot of fans don't realize how good he is tactically.
AJ Manis wins his second rack over there. Let's not forget, Moritz had 3 balls left. He was 4-0 up. He missed that long 7. Pretty easy 7 ball as well. And now it's 4-2. So a little bit of heat on the German there. Table 2 just seems to be running a little quicker, doesn't it?
And love to kick this and bring the 3-1 rail behind the 8 off the bottom cushion and slide the cue ball down the rail. Could clip the 3 as well, like this. Always thought that was a little more dangerous, but he got away with it, possibly anyways.
Yeah, the brown 7 and the purple 5 may help Kaci here if he can clip this red 3 ball. He could lay the hook back, especially if he hits the top side of the red 3. Yeah, just a little bit too thin, wasn't it?
Lots of ways to play the bank here. He could draw into the purple, kind of hold behind the purple, let the stroke go like that. I think, was he trying to catch a piece of the purple maybe as he drew by? Hard to imagine missing that speed by that much.
Okay, game number 4 here. Let's have plenty of safety shots. You just see the distance there. Manus is at the table again. Running round. This is for his 3rd rack. To pull it back to 4-3 down. Really enjoyable to watch, isn't he? Jeremy, the young Filipino, just runs round the table. Big long cue action and goes for the shots.
And now a lot of heat on Moritz, really. This match could have been over with a goose egg for his opponent. Yeah, someone finally in position to make a clearance and get on to game 5.
Yeah, Neuhausen and Manus have only played the one match. They've both lost that match.
Kind of squeaked that one home. Pretty ideal position.
Okay, after a pretty lengthy rack of 9 ball, playing safeties from both, Ruiz ties it up. Declan Kaci has only played the one match as well, Jeremy, and he lost that to his younger brother. Can soon start to get to you, this PLP. Don't be fooled in thinking, well, I've got 15 matches. It's all about momentum, isn't it? And that goes for winning and losing. This is the situation on table 2. He's got a kick at this ball. Moritz played the hook.
Did you play the hook or the push out?
He played the hook.
Oh, it was a...
Yeah,
okay.
he moved the 2 ball. He just flipped off the 2.
Yeah, I like the off the side cushion. can't believe he's not looking at the side cushion here. Now, is this the youth getting, maybe? Whew. It's a big ball to kick and stick, it seems like.
Maybe he needs a few hours with Jeremy Jones.
Well, I think he's got the best kicker that is very available all the time back in his homeland. And there's a few of them, by the way. Not just, I got to say one of our goats. I really, really got to say that I'll give him a dead heat between him and SVB. And for different reasons, but hard to say one of them's a goat without the other. Odd little shot here. Can he follow through, kind of shooting the two rails between the 4-9 and kind of go the rail and spin the cue ball behind the red 3 maybe?
Well, the enough that we've seen not so long ago from Manus. This is a situation. This is for the point. Yeah, he's nicely on the 9, so he's going to get his first point of the event. He's going to be one from. And there it is, a little bit of a scare. He got the job done.
Okay, just crossed the 2 over and controlled the cue ball nicely behind the pink. Sizing up a 2-rail escape, I believe. So good with the jump cue. Thought he may pull that out here.
Pretty good effort. It's going to be no good though. Eklund's got a chance now. This goes in the side.
I was going to say, I didn't see him cueing down on the ball at all, and I thought, well, maybe the angle is different than what I see. Maybe he's playing it off the 7. I thought maybe, just because it was available, but I thought to come cleanly, you need to draw that a bit. Yeah, he's coming round to have an eager look. I think there's a gap there. All depends on what piece of the red 3 ball Ruiz can see, of course. He might just be forced into a particular shot because of the piece of the red he can see. Yeah, the safety's been pretty good from both players in this match. You would expect that, I suppose. you remember, though, Kaci really had a chance to run out here and clear the table, and he's going to have to battle for it with one of the best in this department.
Oh, wow. Look at this. And he gets a shot as well. Wow.
Aloysius Yap just broke off between a match between him and Edward Koyanjian of Indonesia. Another young gun. Yap's pretty young himself. I think he's just now approaching 30 years old.
Ruiz's turn to leave the gap.
Watch out for the corner of where he's standing. He wants this cue ball to go a long ways. Yeah, really good control.
Yeah, another couple of rolls, and he got away with that one, but Eklund can knock this ball in. You have to go forward with the cue ball, though.
Yeah, an odd shot. I mean, probably just takes what he can get here, just coming off one cushion. Could stun forward to try and get, keep a hair closer to the purple 5.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the last sort of, the Reyes Cup and the Mosconi Cup, and I don't know, there just seems to be a few more misses in Eklund's game. Such a great potter of the ball, but the misses have seemed to be coming.
Looked like he was playing beautifully last week and then kind of struggled in some odd spots. Not only missing a couple shots, but the cue ball getting away as well. And now this rack, he's had a few chances, and it looks like FSR's got a good chance to get his first lead in this match.
FSR's turn to miss the 6th ball up the long rail. I like the way this table is playing, though. That might have gone in last week on the diamond. Jeremy, what do you think, looking at the overhead?
Yeah, the way the diamond played last week for sure. And I'll tell you, just from the looks of this, from just this morning, I think it's starting to play a hair different. Of course, we're really near the practice tables, and I'm watching some shots over there that I think are going to slide in, and it's not happening. These pockets are like 3.9 inches, 3/7/8. Just depends on how you want to look at it. But don't think that can't start to get a little mental.
It was a lot better. Well, not the highest of quality so far. It's never going to be that way. Obviously, things can change. But Eklund wins rack 5, 3-2. Table 2 has just started out. The young Indonesian Edward Koyanjan. He's on the 9 ball to take the opening rack there. Eklund didn't play in the PLP last year. I think it was the year before where he won about 2 matches out of his 15. Had a complete nightmare in the tournament. That's the practice area. Robbie Capito and Sanjin Perlovanovic, they're warming up because they're out next. They'll be playing each other on the main stage.
I'm just trying to think about, you know, the mid-90s when I started playing Pro Tour and on into, let's just say 2005, let's just say my first 9-10 years of doing it. We had an event like this with the oldest player be 41, and probably the average age maybe 25, 26 amongst all the players. $55 years old, something like that.
Not great. I don't know if he can bank the ball.
Don't know how much the right side he can hit with a lot of control. He can definitely bank it. I never loved playing the left side of this ball with just one ball to snooker him with the purple. So I think he's supposed to attack here. As long as he feels comfortable getting on the 3, you want a reward if you make a bank.
Yeah, that's why we felt attacking option was better. A little bit unlucky with the cue ball though, where it's finished. It'll get to the point on about day 3 where the big guns at the top of the table, they're just trying to keep outdoing each other. We'll be on similar wins, 1 or 2 losses.
It should be an easy kick shot, most likely anyways, but I think you got to go this way and just get the simple snooker.
Yeah, top rail, here we go.
Might jump this, huh?
I don't know, I think going off the top where he's getting his jump cue. Trying to pull the cue ball back down into this corner. You can see all the balls in the way. Wants to get this cue ball moving down the left rail a little bit. Yeah, and he didn't.
bit more of this than I thought. Now he's going to the short cue. Yeah, he just understands it, right? The way the balls are going to react, what the percentages, the ball holding up, and learn a lot from that guy.
Well, we've seen a few misses. A bit of distance here. He's obviously right behind it. He knows he's going to be at the centre of the pocket. He's going to play it with a bit of pace. You could just see it, JJ, couldn't you? Just caught the rail. It's amazing what that does for the mindset. I'm not saying every tournament they play in the pockets are buckets, but when you can catch that down, it just changes the whole shot complexion. And you know what? I didn't fancy him for it either.
Was that just day one, or what you've seen in this match, maybe? Or
No, the last match of the European Open against Bongers, he blew it at 9 apiece. It was incredible.
You said he had a chance before that.
Yeah,
I thought.
and then this afternoon he missed like a long 5-ball. I just think there's certain long shots, especially under this just under 4 inches, where he's just second guessing himself a little bit. That's all.
Well, I know this probably doesn't make a technical difference, but Fran gets down with the open-handed bridge a lot of times from distance with the draw stroke, where I really just kind of grew up with that closed bridge from distance. It seems like.
Yeah, what we call the loop bridge in England.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Which you'll see. I mean, this generation, and of course generations, even the younger ones than Fran, they use a little more of the open bridge than we did years ago.
Anyway, Eklund Kaci didn't punish the mistake. He didn't get on the pink 4-ball, did he? So that's why we still got a bit of action here in rack 6, and things are motoring along on the other table. It's one apiece between Yap and Koyunjun.
Seven, but not easy.
Played it with low left, I think.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like rolling the ball. It felt like he could sell out an easy shot, I think. But Fran, not a big dog here with the short cue.
Yeah, the other thing to bear in mind and all, obviously these two are playing each other. They feel like they're the... Is he going to get lucky? Is he going to fluke it? Well, I'm sure he'll take that.
Yeah, nice safety, but just the way the racks have gone, a couple of them in this match, you feel like not only is Fran awesome in this department, escaping, but I feel like it's going to happen. It's just one of those matches.
It is one of the matches, but what I will say is if you look at Jason Shaw, Shane Van Bonen, Johan Chua, they seem to be kind of just knocking the balls in. These two are just, at the minute, playing a very similar level, not quite clinical enough.
Yeah, and what's happened in each of these long racks is someone's had a chance to make it a quick one. Which the guy who should have lost the rack maybe is in love with it, but it kind of beats you up a little bit.
Hit that pretty good, and look at this, it's just everything's just landing a little awkward, and it seems to be the way when you're struggling with your game. It doesn't just stay over the pocket, does it?
Yeah, this is a bit thinner than it looks. Really, at first glance, you'd say you're supposed to cut this down the rail, but if you're behind that cue ball, I bet it looks super thin. I don't think it'll be a cross-side bank. I could be wrong. Looks like he's just going to use the 7, maybe.
I think he's got the jump cue in his hand. Yeah, he has. Well, at last someone's going to get an easy opener. He's lost the cue ball. Kaci will sit back in the chair and wonder how he's not going to win this rack.
And of course, you're going to have to play a ton of matches, not only in this first round, but to win the event, but each day. So, I mean, if you can cruise on a couple of them, just how much better are you going to feel mentally?
Yeah, the difference between the two players so early on just feels like it's quite big to me. Ruiz would go 2 from 2. Kaci would have lost 2 from 2. We did see Skylar Woodward, didn't we? Remember when he went on that mad win streak? Was it 2 or 3 seasons ago in the PLP? Not saying he was down and out, but he ended up winning something like 10, 11, 12 games on the spin.
I feel like he did a little of that another year also. I know he did it one year, but
yeah,
like 2 different years, I think he went on a big run.
He sort of does that in the open events and all, doesn't he? He loses first or second match, then goes on a bit of a tear up.
Solid stroke there. Yeah, we're an hour into this match at 3-3.
Yeah, and that's largely due to some pretty good safety shots. And a few shots where they're coming out of the hooks and using the short stick, getting away with it. And both players missing a few balls as well.
Yeah, I think Kaci and Fran have both stepped away for their timeout.
Yeah, let's just flick over to table 2, see what's going on over there. It's the man at the table who's got the lead. He's 2-1 up. Young Edward, all the way from Indonesia.
Yeah, I think this ball does play in the side. Obviously missable, but it's going to go in at a light speed. I mean, no one loves these shots, but you almost really have to kind of fall in love with them to be good at them, I think, not fear them at all. Okay, he went in and tried to play the safety, and a dangerous one at that. Thought he'd go up behind the purple off the right side, but
I'm amazed he didn't go for the pot there. I know they're tight, but if you play at the right pace and catch near jaw, 7's going to block it.
yeah, I was fortunate enough to watch Keith McCready at a young age and play a couple long sessions, and never saw someone attack the sides, but he did it so much from certain angles. I went home and I said, hey, I need to learn how to shoot these, and I got to where I was pretty comfortable with them, actually, even though severe. But I think it's just something that some players won't shoot at, where you have a little bit bigger advantage long term. And he is the greatest I've ever seen, even better than Efren, I think, at those really crazy angles going into the sides, even with a little speed, that being Keith McCready. Grady Seasons, you might know him from The Color of Money.
Yeah, I can picture him in the Colour of Money. Could do it watching that movie again, actually. Might put it on one night at about 2 a.m. when I finish. Well, everybody's missing balls here, Jeremy. Everybody is at it.
Yeah, a guy that doesn't miss the open ball very often, that being Yap. And yeah, I watched actually pretty much all The Color of Money over the holidays one night, and then I tried to get my way through The Hustler again another night, but it's a long movie, I tell you, and a tearjerker. You ever watched it?
Is it in black and white?
Yeah, the Paul Newman one, yeah. The original Fast Eddie Felson movie, you know.
Might sound a little crazy, but I don't recall seeing that one.
Wow, what a movie.
I don't know, it's just something about the black and white. It's not really doing it for me, but maybe I should take a peek.
Oh, absolutely. What a story, too. And little 9-ball action towards the side. He's got that weapon, right, that sometimes can just get him going, even though he's struggling. Got to come with here, even though he's in close quarters to the 2.
Yeah, again, though, Jeremy, it's this type of shot where I'm just not thrilled with confidence with Kaci or Ruiz behind this 2-ball. You know, if Jason was at the table, I just feel like it's going in the pocket. Obviously, the way the match has gone as well, that sort of lends it to...
A little doubt, right?
Anyway, we know he's got to go for it.
Looks like he needs a little speed to maybe bump the 3 or get past it.
Yeah, well done. Good shot.
Well, it looked like he liked it, but then he took a second look as he come up off the ball.
Oh, wow, what's going on here? Could have ended up a little bit worse. Big few balls here, and it's a big end to the match for Eklund because he's got one more match of the evening to play, and it's the last match of the night on table 1 against Yap. You know, if he does go on to lose this one, then you got to play Yap. You might go to sleep 0 from 3.
Well, you said when it's struggling, you know, or maybe a little doubt, it's not always just pocketing the ball. Sometimes miss-hitting the cue ball a little bit on an easy shot. Have to be, you know, a miss that shows you what's going on.
Is he okay there, or is it a little steeper than that angle may tell us?
Yeah, I would have probably came over another 4 or 5 inches and then come to the backside of the 8, try and play a... If he tries to go through this with inside, I'm not sure he gets there. Okay, so it's a heavy stun off a small angle. Cue ball's going to be froze on this end rail. So even though day one, even though you know you have 12 matches to make up a lot of ground, do you feel a little frustration setting in? I do.
Without a doubt. I think, obviously these, Eklund Kaci's played in this event before. He's a nightmare in the tournament as well. And, if you start off a couple of losses out of 2 or 3 or something, and your Shanes and your Shaws are flying, running around the room, I can put you under the gun. Well, he's scraping along. He's been very fortunate to fluke the green 6. The 8 went off the jaw. Let's not mark this one down just yet.
No doubt. Much better stroke on the 8, though, and maybe that was the beeps kind of making him pull that trigger.
The 9 took another little jaw to go in. Anyway, Eklund Kaci's on the hill. Very, very fortunate. Massive fluke. 6 ball. Ruiz has a good temperament now, doesn't he? He'll keep going.
Well, Ruiz, even though you're not going to totally reflect on that mid-match, but during the event you may, when he won it 2 years ago, he didn't have the best start. Of course, Sanjin was robbing the entire tournament, it seemed like, but he didn't have the best start, stayed patient. Of course, easy to stay patient when he was winning every tournament, maybe at the time, but stayed patient and really made up a lot of ground in those days 2, 3, and 4. Maybe it was 3, 4, and 5. Okay, we're getting a look at young Edward, 3-1. Aloysius, yeah.
Oh, a golden break to tie this one up. What a moment. I mean, in the previous rack, Jeremy, where Kaci flukes the 6 ball, let's just call that a little bit of justice. The random ball knocks the bumblebee into the side, and you kind of always felt this one was going to go down to the final rack.
Yeah, well, half of our 12 matches in the first afternoon session, we had half of them at Hill Hill. Another 3 at 5-3, so a lot of close matches in round 1, or half of round 1. I don't know, I guess you would just label it the afternoon session, day 1, correct?
Yeah, day 1. Evening session. After this rack, Robert Capito will play Sanjin Pilovanovic. Now Kaci's got the 9 ball moving a fair bit himself in this game. Can we go golden break, golden break? Oh, he got him moving, all right. Did he? Does this ball pot? It might have just gone a little bit too far. I don't know if it scrapes off the rail. Past the 8.
Yeah, I think it does, but anytime you're behind the ball a little bit, it kind of doesn't want to slide as much, it seems like. You're above it, kind of cutting it down the rail. Seems like you have more room for air. Kind of float this with a lot of right spin and just kind of drag the cue ball behind the pink, maybe, off the right side of the blue, too. Looks like he's shooting to me. The way he's addressing the shot.
How did he hit it? How did he hit it? Absolutely perfect. You could see it just caught that left rail at that angle. Sort of got to hit it where he did.
Go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry. I was just going to ask you, do you ever have that talk with yourself mid-match, like a kind of a man up kind of thing? Let's get to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, what am I doing? That type of thing. Yeah, listen, we know it's been a bit scrappy. There's been some good safeties, though.
Long ways from home here, though. The 6 getting to the 7. No picnic at all.
Yeah, the 9 ball playing havoc.
I might come across. I can get underneath this 9. Like that.
Pretty good. Yeah, that's also very good as well. So make sure you get down table. Yeah, and when it's all said and done, Jeremy, it was a good 2 ball. It was a good opening pot. Didn't have the full pocket. He knew he had to play it into that rail. Still got to get this one right, mine. Going across with a cue ball. Yep, well done. Don't think this doesn't mean anything to the players. These little race to 5s, 15 matches they're going to play. Look how much he's bearing down on the ball. I'm going to show you. They want to beat each other up. There it is. Finishes with a break and run. Ruiz is smiling. Kaci gets off the board with his first win. 5-4 over Ruiz.